Howdy doody, Ranger Rudies. When I say Ranger, you say Roo. Ranger, Roo, Ranger, Roo. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Doing Stuff, an Autodesk Inventor. I'm Dr. Bach, your host, and you're barely going to be able to constrain yourself today because, yes, indeed, we are going to be working with the Constraint tool. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck is the Constraint tool? But not to worry, because I'm going to take you through absolutely everything. So we're going to start off with a File, New Part, start a 2D sketch, choose the XY plane, and all we're going to be doing is a little, drawing stuff today. This isn't like the actual assignment. This is just explaining the Constraint tools. Now, these right here are the Constraint tools. And if you hover over them, you can see that this one says coincident constraint. And those black markings on that pop-up, those are words. You can read those. It says that basically a coincident constraint is, it latches to the most common geometry of something. Then you have the collinear constraint, which makes two lines, two segments to lie on the same line. You have the concentric constraint, where you can make circles concentric. You've got fix, which is kind of, as you can see right there, it makes its own guess. It fixes things for you. You have the parallel constraint, the perpendicular constraint, the horizontal constraint, the vertical constraint, tangent, smooth, symmetric, and equal. So what do constraints actually do? Well, constraints just allow you to draw, or it fixes your drawings. Let's use an example right here. So I draw a line right there, and you can obviously see that it's not horizontal whatsoever. And if I draw another line right there, okay, so obviously this is not 90 degrees. However, if I go to the perpendicular constraint right here, click perpendicular, then click the two lines, you can see that they go 90 degrees to each other, and you have a small symbol right here that says that those things are perpendicular. Okay, so let me get rid of that right there and show you. Let's see. Let's do parallel. Okay, so another line. And obviously these two lines are not parallel. So I can go ahead and click on the parallel constraint, click that, and they go in parallel. So you can see my small constraint symbol right there. They are in parallel. Hooray! Let's see what else we've got. We've got equal. So I'll draw two lines which are absolutely not equal. And there's our equal constraint. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. There's our equal constraint. Click on equal, clicky, 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 and it makes our two lines equal. Now, okay, can you use constraints together? So these are equal lines, but they're not parallel lines. So let's see, can I go to parallel? Click that, click that. Oh, look at that. Constraints are helpful. Now, wait a second. But wait, there's more. So this obviously is not a right angle. Can I use these constraints together? So can I use the perpendicular constraint? Bam, look at that. So right now, I've used constraint tools to make these lines equal, to make them parallel, and to give myself a perpendicular line right there. Let me delete these. What can I do with circles? So I can, look at this, concentric constraint. What does concentric mean? Well, I can click on this, click on that. Oops, let me try that again. Here we go. There we go. Click on my concentric, And you can see that it moved it in there. So one hole is directly in the other right there. Now, using some more stuff, which is pretty fun, on circles, I drew a line right there. Tangent, I can click on the tangent, click on my circle, click that, and you can see that it brings it out there to click on the line. So basically what these constraints do, it's a tool for you to go ahead and take some of the guesswork out of it. So you can go ahead and click on the lines, click on the drawings, and be assured that your line is absolutely perpendicular rather than relying on sight. You can be assured that your lines are perfectly equal rather than just rely on your measurements or something along those lines. So the constraint tools will allow you to draw everything based upon geometry rather than guesswork or numbers. So what I want you to do is just take a few minutes and you're going to play with each one of these constraints. And our new assignment that we're doing, you're going to be using all these constraints. But basically, this is the rough instructional video on how to go through and click any of these and see what they do. Now, don't forget to hover above and actually read what they do. I know that you're used to emojis and everything where you just, randomly click on things. But hover above and it tells you what they do. So stop this video, rewind, and replay as many times as you need in order to understand what the heck coincident constraints are.